Don't make the first shot me on KFC. It's chips and beans, honestly. Look, you wouldn't think it would come out of a KFC bag. Look.
Promise.
I promise it's not chicken. It looked like chicken. It's not chicken.
Smell like chicken.
No, it's salad.
Right, okay.
See?
Oh, okay, that's lovely.
Salad, beans and chips, mate. So.
Hi guys. We got another windy day. Okay, so I believe this is day. I want to say day 8. I put down day 8. I think it's day 8. You lose track so quick. So we're in Sunderland. It's possibly day 8. And it's really windy. It's windy again. Ideally, I would like my stand up. I'd like it right here in this square. But we can't find anything really to latch on tight enough. You know, there you go. Okay, thank you. Can't really find anything to tie to. Not properly, I mean, like, we can put it on these posts and that, but once the wind catches it, it just spins round. So this is the square we want to be. It's one of the main squares in Sunderland. But the wind has been really howling. It's been picking up. So we decided to put the banners on the floor. We've done it before in the past when we did the UK tour. So as you can see, yeah. Hi, critical inception. Hi, and hi everybody else. Can't really see the chat. The mic is on the other side. I need to get myself a double sort of extension so I can have the main mic on the front and a lapel one on my side. So so I just can't see the chat anyway. Could be a bit more slower because all the footfall is here, but it's really windy. So we're going to try it over there just for a little bit. If the wind dies down just a little bit more, then we'll move right into the centre and see what happens. Who knows, it might just pick up a little bit. People are walking over. You might have seen Roxanne in the background. So she's having a little bit of lunch before we start, and then she'll be going live on Roxanne the Globalist Denier YouTube channel. So maybe sign into that one. It's quite a long drive here. I felt that we made maybe a mistake. We should have gone to Carlisle first. I don't know what possessed me to cross over the other side of the country and go to Sunderland first and then go all the way back to Carlisle. That was a huge error. If any of you guys spot any other errors on the tour, do try and let us know. Maybe go to the globeli.co.uk site. There's a little contact form there right at the bottom. Maybe you could just give us a little note and let us know that, yeah, you should be doing it this way round first, maybe. Yeah, I don't know why I done that. And Anthony Riley, Sleeping Warrior, he pointed that out yesterday in the pub. So we were going to do Carlisle, but I think there might be people that were meeting us here first, so we don't want to let people down. Quite a lengthy journey it was coming across last night. It was, I think we finished driving, all because of Anthony Riley, all because of him. You know, he wouldn't let us go. So I think we stopped about 12:30. So, and then had tea, and then sorted ourselves, and then had, oh god, it was just a late night. So quite tired this morning. Hopefully we'll meet a few people here today. If you live in Newcastle or Sunderland, maybe you can pop down and say hello. I've got quite a few leaflets here. Maybe you can even come down and give us a hand and hand a few out. Got a feeling that Lisa's triggering someone. He's not too best pleased. Lisa's trying to take his ball away. That's what happens. Yeah, so it's certainly not going to be a day like yesterday. So if any of you guys are tuning in to think that, I don't know. I mean, we don't know who's going to come down. You know, like there might be, it could be Nathan Oakley's turn. I don't know. I don't even know where he lives. Maybe Ranty Flat Earth. Maybe he'll pop down. I think because he's on the other side of the. Maybe he'll pop up to Carlisle. It's quite a journey for him, but he might want to take the day off and come and see us. We'll see. How about that, Ranty? You can see I'm a little bit tired today. See how it goes. It might pick up a little bit later. If it gets too quiet, we're going to move the banners and put them right in the centre and hopefully draw up some interest there. It's the wind has actually calmed down a little bit, but it's still too windy to have the stand up. I started putting the stand up and then a big huge gust of wind was just making things really unsafe. There's a couple of poles. The problem is if we tie to a couple of poles, the wind catches it on one side and it just wants to spin round, and that could be dangerous as well. So we don't want to take any chances today. Normally we'd have somewhere to tie on, but this is quite difficult. Let's try and get in on this conversation.
You had standing eyes on them. There was a ball. It was the Americans who blew the Twin Towers up and they haven't been to the moon. Guaranteed.
He's woke as fuck.
Oh, right.
You're woke as fuck. Yeah.
There you go. Woke.
It's not just that though, because look, when they hit the planes into the Twin Towers, right? Them planes, should have went, Twin Towers should have went like that, but they didn't. They went down like that.
Straight down. Yeah.
They blew the bottoms out, right? And they blew all the fireproofing off the statue, and it just went down like that. Yeah. It was the Americans who did that. Yeah. Guaranteed.
We're suggesting that the conspiracy just goes deep.
It's a load of bull. And look at that, right? Like who killed the president, right? JFK.
Yeah.
He got shot twice, right? And the guy who shot him, Pony, what was his name again?
That guy, the three-letter barrel.
Yeah. Well,
Lee Harvey Oswald.
yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald. It was not him who done that, right? Because when the president was in that open car, right? Yeah, but what happened is, right, when he got shot, he got shot, right, and he went down at holding his chest, and he got shot again. He got shot twice. Yeah. Right? If someone says, take out the President of the United States, right, why would they go downstairs when you've sniped them, right, and sit next door in a cafe and drink a freaking cup of coffee? Oh, you'll be on the next flight to America, to England.
The guy shot, it was from a drain.
Yeah, it was the American. And do you know that woman, what's her name again? Princess Diana.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
she was topped by the government.
She knew too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was having an affair with one of the Queen's guards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She got topped. Because look, the only person who survived that, right, was a bodyguard. And that professional driver, right, it was a professional driver in that tunnel on his own. All he'd done was, and then all of a sudden the car went out, smash.
Yes.
That car was rigged to go off at that precise time. And the government, they could have gotten there within 2 minutes to help her, but no, it took them 10 minutes to get to her and she died. The government topped her.
How long have you been looking into these things?
I've learned this for years.
Yeah.
This is my kind of stuff. I know for a fact, we can guarantee 110%, right, the government didn't do that. They didn't do Bin Laden didn't do the towers, and she was topped. Guarantee she was topped.
Yeah. Like I said, it's so refreshing to just hear your next human being knowing that, you know, what they've been told is probably a lie.
I hope the government find out about this, because I can guarantee it now, 110%, they had done her, and the Americans did do the Twin Towers.
Yeah. I think the truth will come out in the end, you know.
Because look at all the fireproofing, right, on the steel girders, right, that's what blew them up. Because they heard the explosion first.
Yep. We've had so many different...
Okay. I was a little bit worried that you might go close.
I guarantee it now, though.
Yeah.
It wasn't It was all the government who done that. It was all.
Watch out, let me know when you go too close to that or too close to the bars.
Okay.
You know, like, so if you see someone walking close to it, just try and just edge them away a bit.
Okay.
I'm concerned, but there's no point putting it down if it's just going to blow away. It's really difficult. So we'll try and be vigilant, both of us. Okay.
They want us out.
Sorry, guys. Say that.
I said, I think that's what Brexit is.
Yeah.
Bit of a punch in the full throat. No.
Yeah, I just heard you.
Yeah, all right.
That's all true.
Lovely to see you. Looks like a family member. Long lost family.
Yeah.
Scoffing a salad and chips.
Lad and a lass having a right debate, and I was watching a bit of that now.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was difficult stuff. But I thought it was still important.
Oh yeah.
You know, because although there was a lot going on, that's why I dragged Anthony over, because it started off a little bit too deep for me. Normally I would just say, whoa, stop there, there's no point having a debate on that, let's just move on to something else, because I can't argue back. So you could say cabbages are actually oranges. What am I meant to do?
If I was there, to be honest, I probably just would have walked away from that, because it was just getting a bit too much out of context. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, but come on, it was a bit, too much.
But there's other people, educated people, that are now listening to that and going, hang on, bloody hell, Anthony had a bloody point there.
Oh yeah, he
did. He won that one, he won that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the only thing I didn't get is why them weren't, like, to me, they weren't listening.
They did.
That's
as far as I'm concerned, they're dishonest. If they're educated to that level, okay, I have to assume that they have some intelligence. Now, if they're educated to that level, they must have some intelligence. Then they're being dishonest with themselves.
Exactly.
They must be. There you go. Funny accent, them Scousers. Hey la. Yeah. Calm down. Yeah. You wait till you get a load of Sunderlanders. Sunderlanders?
Mackems, they call them.
Mackems.
You got your Geordies and you got your Mackems.
Mackems. I've not heard. I knew the Geordies, obviously,
but the Sunderland is the Mackems.
Yeah. Now you're over in Newcastle, aren't you?
South Shields.
South Shields. It's Newcastle, isn't it?
No, it's
not.
Actually. It's closer to Sunderland, really, but it's just on the coast.
So would people call you a Mackem as well? Or?
There's Mackems and Geordies in Shields. It's like a bit of both.
All right, okay. He's sitting on the fence.
I'm not interested in all that, like that type of stuff. I'm just.
You're just me. Don't label me. No. All right. So, if you've just joined us, we're in Sunderland. This is day 8. The conversation won't be as nearly as, well, for me, dry, but I will be watching it back. I'd like to study it a little bit more. And for all of you, I think that you should all study it. Get your pads and pens out and go over yesterday's conversation. There really was a lot to be learnt there, a lot to be discussed, I think. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be discussed in due time. I imagine, I don't know where it'll be. Check out Ranty Flat Earth's channel, The Round Table. Maybe it'll be on Nathan Oakley's, but I'm sure that that will be discussed. Has to be. It was a pretty much epic debate that I've seen on the streets. Haven't seen it discussed to that level, even at Speaker's Corner, and there's some pretty well educated people in Speaker's Corner. So we've got Flat Earth Trav, who's joined us. We've got Lisa. Lisa's lovely Lisa. She's over there. And we have Roxanne, the globalist denier, who's speaking to someone who is fairly woke. Let's see how far we can. He's walking up the staircase of truth. Let's see how far he goes. Some people go halfway up and think, I can't take it no more. It's too high up here. There you go, guys. Cheers. There you go. Excellent. Have you got any questions? I'm here. There you go. Hopefully we'll get some interesting conversations. Sometimes it depends on what town we go to. I don't stick this camera straight in everybody's face. I don't want to make people feel too uncomfortable. Depends where we are. Sometimes it's that the occasion is called for, you know, but we'll give people a bit of space.
Diana didn't die. She was killed by the government.
Ah, that's a good one.
Hey?
Right, so we are in. We're in Sunderland. I believe this is Market Square, outside Cafe Nero. Again, just like yesterday, it's very windy. A little bit too windy it was. It is, sorry. Let's see if we can get a conversation. Yeah, you need to all give Anthony Riley, Sleeping Warrior, you need to give him a round of applause for that yesterday. Exceptionally good job. Whether you believe you're on a ball or not, you know. Yeah, well done. That's what this tour is all about. It's getting easier and easier on the street. No ridicule, don't need the ridicule. Just people questioning. That's all we need. But a social acceptance that science isn't. Yes, well, for me, science is make believe. A lot of it isn't what we were thought it was. Yeah, this is Flat Earth Trav's banner. Fairly interesting. Oh, I like this one. So that one there, that's Scott the Plane Rangers set up. So if you want to check out them conversations that were in that one, get over to the Plane Ranger. Absolutely fantastic conversations there. Great. Absolutely brilliant.
It's got different stuff on it.
Yeah. Yeah. But you've got that one there. It's kind of the same, really. Just that one.
Well, yeah.
I'm just going to be critical.
No.
But I like the way it's done. It's really good. Hey, look. Doesn't matter what's on your banner. Is it going to provoke a conversation? That's what we're trying to do. It's really good. And the thing is, well, you put stuff on there that you can remember to provoke your conversation with people. You know, that stuff here, this stuff here on this banner, this isn't for everybody. This is the stuff here. I mean, I didn't ask everybody's permission. What would they like on the banner for the tour? This is stuff to provoke my conversation. It just happens to be that other people, they use some of the bits on there that is applicable as well. It's kind of like, it's my journey of my flat earth, globe deny, awakening. To be honest, and then the same with my leaflet as well. It's got a few bits on there just to provoke my conversation, because when you have an encounter with someone, you can't remember it all, not all the time. Depends on where the conversation leads you, and you've got to lead it straight back. So, and I don't talk too much about the sciences, you know, like I don't have a science background. That doesn't mean anything, it just means that I've come to flat Earth on in a different way other than the sciences. Things that make sense to me, you know, like land, for instance, land that I can see that I shouldn't be able to see. I don't know if that. I don't know this trigonometry, this spherical trigonometry. I haven't the foggiest. So I have to have a certain amount of belief and trust in that. And if both sides of, you know, like globe believers and globe deniers, if they're saying that well, that's okay. That maths is okay for, I don't know, 100 miles, 200 miles or so. If they're happy that's okay, then we are seeing land far too far that we shouldn't be able to see. If these temperatures are correct, these temperatures here, that's what's on science.com. I think it was nasa.com as well. That's where I got that information from. If that's correct, them temperatures, then I don't believe that them satellites can be in space. That's my journey. I don't believe they're in space. I tried to work out, I mean, people said, oh, there's no molecules in space and that, but that's direct heat, isn't it? I mean, and then what about the radiative heat? I don't believe that there. Which they're kind of saying now, this is the other argument I heard with that, is that, so these objects, satellites, suppose, they're in space, and the sun, due to radiative heat, because again there's no molecules in space and that, so radiative heat heats up these satellites, but then the satellites themselves give off radiative heat to disperse. I'm calling bullshit on that. That's rubbish. So for me, I mean, like, it's I don't think I mean, how could it, so we're now saying that satellites give off radiative heat. I'm just not having it. It's yeah. So yeah, and then there's meant to be no air molecules to disperse of that heat build up in the vacuum of space. That's what they're saying. So I don't believe these satellites are up there. So I come across. I am a globe denier for other reasons, not just the maths, not just the science part of it all. Some science maybe. Other reasons, all the fakery that I see on NASA, on the International Space Station. Yeah, so it's all very well saying that gravity's this and gravity's that, and but until they've looked into it properly, they'll find that NASA is lying to us. That's too obvious. Why are they lying to us? Why are they faking? What's it? All of these? Supposed photographs from space? Something's going on. Questions need to be answered. There's other reasons. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I think one of the biggest reasons to find out, at my age, to find out that there is no validity in gravity itself. That's a bit of an eye-opener, that is. They'll claim that it is, but they're just good stories. The fact that the Earth is 24,000 miles, I think, was it 24,900 miles, I think it is, in circumference. Yeah, Aristophanes proved that, to find out that he's more than likely a fictional character, as you can't find any proof that this guy ever existed. A little bit on the quiet side here, I'm sure it'll pick up.
the moon. But it was true. The guy we were chatting to.
Did you lead
He
him?
went, yes, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
He was aware, but just kind of half aware.
It's hard.
At the very end, he let us know planets, and we went, what?
Yeah, no, whoa, hey.
But he knew the Earth was that.
Yeah.
Really?
But he didn't let go of space yet. So
See,
by default, he
I've-
had that image in his head.
Yes.
He had it, but he hadn't left it.
I've met people like that before, and I've had to, whoa, stop.
And it's no one's fault.
it's not
just
real,
the path
you know,
when
like-
they went to the wrong service station before coming off the motorway.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a little wrong turn, but they were still on the right road.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful I let go of space before coming to this because,
Yeah.
so it's a tough one, guys,
Yeah.
to navigate this.
Trav. No, I was just kind of talking to those in the chat. Now, I think you're a little bit like me. You don't come from a science background. You didn't get into flat Earth because of the physics and the science part of it, did you?
No.
No?
No. It was.
They don't on camera that much. They want to know about you.
Yeah, I know. I've been meaning to do it myself, but I'm not really a camera person, to be honest. But
Just forget it's there, babe.
no.
It's okay. And that was Trav.
I'm like, like doing it myself.
It's difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause when you're
I
like,
still need to
okay,
get used to it,
Yeah.
you know. But
You start liking you're like me. I didn't like my ugly mug at first, and you think, oh, he's actually not bad. Stop it! See? Oh. Roxanne, do you like yourself?
No.
You still don't like yourself.
Can I hate myself on camera?
I think I'm okay, normal.
like a summary of like how I came to it in a way.
Yeah, go on then. Let's tell everyone.
Well, obviously years ago there was all the conspiracy things that people go through, and came across the moon landing. Obviously, I totally seen straight through that, and then after that was the 9/11. I kind of seen through that after what I looked at, and I kind of just left it at that, and I never came across the stuff to do with flat Earth, and as you do. And then as I was working, someone mentioned it to us, and a few people mentioned it, and as you do at first, you laugh it off, and that's what I done. And I thought, right, I'm gonna have a look at this, as you do. And I came across the 200 proof video by the Eric debate, and it blew us away. I had to watch it maybe 2-3 times, and I don't know. It's hard to explain when it really hits you, But yeah, and then I looked into it, and then started doing a bit more research, finding stuff out, and then I went and purchased one of them P900 cameras. I got one of them, done a bit zoom testing, looking at the stars and stuff like that, and then bit by bit, it just, when the light bulb turns on, it was kind of like that.
When you decided that things aren't what you thought, you went to the family. Were you excited? Did you pass it on to the family?
I tried to, I tried. I approached my dad first about it, and straight away he laughed, and a few others laughed, and I just kind of left it at that. And then I kind of just kept it to myself for a little bit. But every now and then, I try and pour a little bit of information to him, just to.
Did they not pull you back a bit and then you may question yourself and think maybe I haven't got this right?
Oh yeah. They all came along with this and that. I'm like, no. You've got to look into it, and a few of my brothers were like, evolution. I was like, no,
I realise you're listening to that.
As you do, aye. You probably come across that quite often.
This is Sunderland.
That's our Sunderland for you.
Wow, we got Sunderland.
But,
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Okay, so if you want to hear some conversations, you can get over to Roxanne, the Globalist Denier.
People here to talk to you guys. Look around. We've got a queue of people. Absolute heaving of people. So I'm just going to go and have some conversations for myself.
There you go.
Okay. Going to go and do that now.
So do you think not having I don't know, what is your science education? Does it hold you back? Do you think this?
No. It's I'm kind of getting everything just from day by day experience, and I never got much from school, to be honest. And but it's just all kind of like a hands-on thing.
Okay. Because I would have to say there's more to it than Maths is reality.
Actually, speaking about maths in school, I never understood math. I used to always say to the teacher, you know, about like algebra.
Okay.
Like X and Y and all that rubbish. How does all of this equal that? I used to say to him like, well, how?
It's just a language.
Yeah. I used to say, well, hang on a minute. How does this letter plus this letter equal that number? And he used to get angry at us. You see, because it does. But how though?
So
like, you know, like you stand there and explain to me how, because I don't get that.
Okay.
You know, and that was one thing about maths. But basic math is obviously easy. You know, 1 plus 1 is 2, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But getting onto the crazy side of math, where it's just basically a language, just went straight over my head. It was pointless, you know, like
it's pointless to you. It's pointless to me. I'm sure it's got applications and it's good for other people.
Works for this, it works for that.
But not for everyone. I mean, like I don't need to know maths when I was doing plastering.
Yeah.
I never needed to know maths when I was a fisherman.
Exactly.
I never need to know maths. I'm a computer technician. I don't need to know that sort of maths. I don't need to. You know, like so I have life experiences. I just because I don't have a physics background, you know, any sciences behind me and all that. That doesn't mean to say I'm less intelligent than anybody. You know, like I bet you I can put up a shelf better than them lot.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, right? I've came across so many people that are, I've got this degree and blah de blah de blah, and I've done all this, but they literally cannot do anything with their hands.
Yes.
You know, and I can. That's the difference.
Okay. Well, that's intelligence as well.
Right. Oh yeah, it's a different type of intelligence.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Yeah, that's right. So anyway.
Yeah.
It's quiet here today. All I've got now is we're just going to have to speak to Trav all day. The idea is, do you think you'll get to talk to someone today? I'll try. You're going to have a go.
I'll try. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Because the idea is that like I want to be able to make everyone inclusive and see how you get on. You might ask a question, you might answer a question better than, or we can all learn from. I doubt it. I'm just absolutely awesome. No. Oh God, yesterday. I mean, like, if anyone was awesome, bloody hell, Anthony.
Yeah. I've watched him a couple of times, and he does know his stuff. Like, you know,
I was being a bit selfish because
how he puts it.
Well, there was a few people, saying, "Oh no, you should move on. You'll never convince him." It wasn't about convincing him. I know, of course, they weren't going to be convincing all that. No. But I felt as though I was being selfish. I wanted to learn from it. But I must admit, I'm going to have to watch that a dozen times, take lots of notes, and then be on the phone to Anthony every night.
Mm-hmm. So everyone in the chat room, you see chat room, his phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tired from last night?
I'm okay now.
You're okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a long trip over. It was. She's okay now, but I was shattered last night. Absolutely shattered. Yeah. It's not that busy. Where is everyone? I think everyone's gone over to Newcastle. I didn't want to we did Newcastle last year. I didn't want to do the same place. I felt as though, we should mix it up and go to other towns, and if we can spread this around a little bit more. There's probably people in Sunderland never heard of. It's almost becoming a dirty word now. Like never heard of flat Earth. No, I don't know what to say. We don't know it's flat. It's observably flat. That makes sense to me. Yeah, it's difficult. I don't know whether to throw out all my flat Earth t-shirts and put global eyes on everything now. Chances are it probably is all flat. And we might even live on a disc. Don't ever let people say that you don't. We don't know. Could be infinite, could be a disc, could be a square, could be a triangle. I don't know. As Roxanne says, we haven't explored the room yet.
Basically, the shape of the Earth is.
No, I don't know that far ahead.
No.
What time are you going to be? It's quite about the same time. I was guessing like that. 1 o'clock.
Always aiming for 1.
Yeah, Bandsaw, Bandit, so that show rocked yesterday on Jason's channel. Keep up the great work, guys.
Yeah, a little bit more of less of a show here. Let's go and ask PC Plod. Not all the way. Would you like a leaflet, sir?
I'm not allowed to accept them, but I'm going to have a read.
Go and have a read then, yeah. And then go and talk to this lady here. See, that's just that's my respect. I have a little bit of contempt sometimes with police and authorities and that, and yet when I first speak to them, it's like you're programmed to have this respect, you know, like, and bugs the hell out of me. It does, because everybody, you know, all the police and all that, just doing the job. But I find sometimes they're not allowed to think for themselves, and then they become mindless thugs. I've seen far too much on the internet. I'd like to think that they can think for themselves, and let's say they see their colleagues doing something a little bit untoward, that they would think for themselves and step up, but that's not my experience. Nearly always they just join in. Let's ask him. What I'll do is I'll put the camera on myself, okay? The second I said that, he ran off.
Oh, were you talking to the policeman on the bike?
I tried to.
Oh, what did he say?
I literally just sat down. I just said, you know, I won't get you on camera. I'll put the camera on me, and he's off. That's a shame. You know, like we've had conversations with police before, but yeah, well. Yeah, so we're going to move the banners. I'm a little bit later, maybe. It's still very windy here. Not as windy as it got in Liverpool yesterday, but we had good fixings on the door. We did well, considering. It was turning into storm force there, it was. Chicago City of Liverpool. Since I'm on my holiday, I might have a quick tan. Yeah, it's some days you get, depends on where you go, some days you get really quiet days. Other days it's extremely busy. Here we go. He's Flat Earth Trav. He's having a talk with people. I don't want to zoom in. I want to give them a chance, build a rapport up first. Seems just a little bit run down, the Sunderland, driving about. I imagine all the money's gone over to Newcastle, I imagine, but... I'm about to lose the lot, and then you've got the lot then. Okay. No, we don't know the Earth is objectively and provably a globe. That's the whole point. Why do you think there's millions of people are becoming globe deniers, flat earthers? God, if it was that easy and all that, we wouldn't be here. That's just, it's dumb to say, statements like that. It is, it's dumb.
Off a road back, Trav's come here, I'm here with Jason and Lisa, and people do make an incredible amount of effort, staying up all night, making soccer counts just to come in here, under like cheeky little benevolent minister.
Yes.
Benevolent minister.
Yes.
You're getting people in the chat room.
Oh, all the time, constantly.
We're on overtime right about now.
Constantly.
Sad. And you know, what are we doing? What are we actually doing? We're out here with some banners,
Yeah.
questioning people about where they live.
Yeah.
And we're getting this much hate.
That's it.
All the time, no matter what streams we're on, trolls.
We're just talking about the trolls. And all we want to do is just, we just want to talk about what it is that we were taught. We just want to talk. We want the proof, we want evidence. And then all we can do, all we're doing is getting trolled to death. You know, like people making up these soccer accounts and that. Yeah. Oh, it's a windy day. I thought it might die down a bit. We might get lucky and set up on the middle.
I don't know how Jason's there in a shirt, man. I'm like in a jumper, jacket, and I'm still freezing.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite.
No.
I've got a bit of Scouse blood in me.
And what I want to say to
Got a lot of Scouse blood in me, actually.
There's nothing wrong with that. So someone's in my chat room called Pope Francis going, "Are you benevolent, bro?" So whoever took the time to make the soccer account for Pope Francis, enjoy your life, man. Spend your time doing things like that. Good for you. Good for you.
Madness.
John 4 and 007. John 4's been kicking them out quicker than 00 today.
All right.
John 4's just said, yeah.
Yeah.
Bang on the money with them.
Is he doing mine as well? Is he? Got a
They
kick.
might be job sharing.
A job showing. Very good. Can we have? Can we point score this one? Who gets the most trolls kicked out?
Yeah, Wizard. I wasn't grabbed by him. I was elbowed by him. And actually, funnily enough, I was watching Jason's stream later that evening on the camper, and as Jason was showing me a shot of something else, there was me walking beside the guy, and you see him dig me. So it's like,
I did. Oswald, there's a lot of it we don't need to debate. There's a lot of it that you're in denial. You're not looking at all of this footage on NASA and the International Space Station. You're not doing your own research. You're being so close-minded. You think it's all about the science and the maths. It isn't. There's so much more to this. We are being lied to on every level. There's so much to this, but you think it's just about the science and the maths. It's not. It's a big part of it, yes.
extremely bad taste. Can I say that? Can I just say extremely bad taste? I think that's what I'll just say then. What they did, I think, was in extremely bad taste.
And she said, you know, like, are you selling anything? Or are you trying to get anyone to sign up?
Oh.
No, we're not. We're not doing any of that. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I am. I'm selling this. We're all selling. Everybody's selling something on a daily basis, you know. But no, not for money. No, we're not.
No.
Yeah.
Sunderland.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Sometimes you kind of like see a little flash of something on the screen, and because the screen's on the other side of this mic, so I turn it around occasionally, and I see a little flash of something. Maybe I'm not reading properly. So, But it is a fair point to a lot of people. Yeah, my apologies if I got that wrong. Hello. Here we go. What's Lisa doing? He's probably just have to ask after her telephone number.
Get up your road, you blood bastard.
Right. And where was that in Sunderland?
Hello. Can you give this up there?
Oh, yes.
There you go.
I've just looked at
No, you carry on. If you got any questions, I'm here. Do you want some leaflets? There is some in that bag over there, in the green bag. Sorry, say that again.
I've just looked to see what was all about.
Yeah.
Right. Are you on television?
Yeah, we're actually live. I won't put it on if you don't want to, because there's 55 people, but they're just curious on
What do you think? Not convinced.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, that's the mic. So yeah, people can hear what you've got to say in that. Can you remember how far it goes back when you believed that you were on the globe?
Someone told it to me and I laughed.
I mean, like, was that you taught it? I don't know, 5 years of age or something? And then
Might be able to. I was at the start thinking when I was 5 going to school.
we don't question it.
When
Why
I went
is
to
it?
school.
Yeah, but we don't question it since. I mean, like,
Well, I remember going to school when 5-year-old.
you okay?
A little bit of it.
Yes, long time ago.
Oh, I am 80 now.
80.
Aye.
All right, okay.
Oh, I remember going to school from 5-year-old, 10-year-old, and then going to different schools.
Okay.
I remember the teachers.
So, forgive me on that, but you were around for the moon landing, I take it, back then? The moon landing?
Where's that?
The moon landing.
All right.
So you believe that happened, I take it?
Oh, I listened to it. I've seen it all on telly. I believe in the moon landings, yes.
You do?
I've seen
I
it
did.
on telly when they landed on the moon.
Yeah.
They showed you, was it somebody Armstrong or somebody?
Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, and there's been various others in that. But I didn't realise, I watched the documentary, the funny thing happened on the way to the moon.
Did you do?
I don't think they
When
went.
they landed on the moon, I remember when they went up on the moon. They never thought they would be able to land on the moon, but this is a dark side and the light side. There's part of the moon where you cannot live because there's no air.
Yeah.
The other part you can because there's air.
There's air on the other.
Oh, they say there's air up there.
I didn't know that.
Oh, it was on the telly.
Okay.
This is one part where you cannot, and it's dark all the time.
Yeah.
And the other part where it's light, you can live.
Right.
It's thinner air.
Okay.
Okay? You see that?
I
You can't-
have not
because
heard
that's
that.
how these, what do you call it? Men, spaceship men, you know what I call it?
Okay.
Them,
Yeah.
talked about it. Armstrong or somebody and somebody else.
Right.
It says you can live on the moon on one part.
Yeah.
But you couldn't stop on the moon too much. But it is like when you saw it, it's short on bit. It's not all flat. It's like hills, mountains.
Okay.
They show you it's mountains.
Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting. Yeah, I've not heard that before. That's really
I heard it on
interesting.
the telly. They said
Yeah.
That's what they said. There's some flat parts where you what about, and they show you where there's mountains. And
Wow. And was
They
it black
showed
and white
you-
when you were watching that? Was it black and
No,
white?
colour.
Yeah, it was colour, was it?
Oh, I saw it in colour.
Wow.
But I think well, they might have put it in black and white, but they showed you. I'm going back a few years.
Yeah.
Where they showed you where they were walking on the moon.
Yeah.
Yes. They got out the rocket. They landed the spaceship and they got out.
Yes.
And they showed you when he put his first step on the moon.
Right.
I think it was Armstrong or somebody.
Yeah.
that got out the
Yeah.
spaceship. Because it went right up the stairs, and they have to go right past the moon,
Yes.
and then come over, and then come down
Yeah.
to land on it, land on the moon.
Wow.
I mean, the moon, they tell you, it looks round for me, but it's just like this, you see.
Yeah.
There's nothing up there.
Yeah.
They just say it's just the moon and rocks and mountains.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Why, and you know, have we been back? Are we going back? Are we going back to the moon?
Might be, I don't know.
Might be.
Never heard no more, but they said they were the first men on the moon. I think there's a woman wants to go up there.
Okay.
I think there's a woman. The first one up on the moon was a monkey.
Was a monkey?
Put a monkey up in space. Well,
In
he might not
space,
be
in
on it,
space.
but in space.
That's right. Yeah.
monkey.
I heard that. Yeah.
It showed you on the telly where they put the monkey up in space. I don't know what happened to the poor monkey. They must have took him up and brought him back, like.
I'm not sure I believe it all. I'm telling you.
Yes, it's happened where they've landed on the moon and
Right.
gone back. But I haven't heard no more. But it showed you on the telly where they did.
Yeah.
Armstrong and somebody else and these people landed on the moon. I think that was his name, first man on the moon.
Yeah.
And what about?
Yeah.
There's parts where they can what about, other parts you can't because there's no air.
Right.
And
There's on the other one. That's really interesting. Really interesting. Nice talking to you. Okay.
All on there?
All on there. Bye. Yeah, he's. I think he's a little bit confused. I don't want to push that. He's getting on a bit. I'll just try and be a little bit respectful and. Yeah. Okay. We'll just leave it at that, I suppose. But it is interesting how, I mean, he's over 80 and that, and how he recalls different things. I find that is interesting. But should we believe what we see on TV? No evidence, just a TV program that can be directed and edited and manipulated in pigs that talk and dogs that talk. Loch Ness Monster talking. No, you can't believe anything that you see on TV. Nothing. Especially with this new augmented reality.
People in Australia can see the sun actually moving quicker. And I actually asked her that and she said, yeah, I do. And then, that I kind of backed that up as well.
So what about the moon?
The moon is just a light source,
So the moon produces light?
Yeah, it produces its own light, cold light. And you can measure that yourself by getting some type of
Infrared filter.
yeah, one of them, and you can and it will show that the shade is warmer than the light when that should be opposite.
Speaking of the moon, what about the laser test?
Oh, people have done laser tests, yeah, but
No, I mean about the actual laser test to measure how far away the moon is, that anyone can do.
Seems very odd that way, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking about it.
Because a laser goes up, it's meant to hit these mirrors, but Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, but will be moved and
Because so as far as I'm aware, the moon's supposed to be on a rotation lock, so.
That's right. But we're spinning at
that's
1,000 miles an hour. We won't be in the same place when that laser comes back down. We're actually down there somewhere. It's very odd. But they'll tell you that.
it just doesn't make sense when you really think about it.
Yeah, they forget that one.
That's what I had to think. It's just like, and then you've got here a local sun emitting a hotspot on the clouds, and then you've got your sun rays coming through the clouds, showing that it's small and local, not 93 million miles away. It's a big thing to look into, and it will really rattle your brain. It had me all over the place for a couple of weeks until it really sunk in. Until I had to think about it. You can't just pick it up straight away in one day by me telling you something or somebody else. You have to really come across all this.
Oh no, I did astronomy at university. I just wanted to see what your whole thing was. But this has been really fun. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, do you want to take one of them before you go?
Yeah, I will actually.
Go on, why not?
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Why not? She does astronomy in college or uni, and
I did that.
she was basically trying to test me.
Yeah, of course.
And
I gathered that, yeah.
and then she took one of them and said, "Oh, it'll be something to laugh at." All right, okay. Like, you know what I mean? You know,
Yeah, but you've got to accept that. I mean, like...
Oh, it happens, yeah.
Me? I would have done that.
Yeah, I will. Well, I laughed at people and called people names when I came across it as well, man.
It's not
you
good,
know,
is it?
like, and then when I finally came around to it, and that's when I started changing the way I speak to people and how I come across.
And other things as well, you're now probably a little bit more grounded now.
Oh,
and you're open-minded enough to listen.
I watch and observe everything.
Yes.
You know, I'm just that type of person.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Yeah, it's not like yesterday, is it? It was really full on yesterday. A lot of people in Liverpool. We'll be in Carlisle tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more, not as open, but probably about the same amount of people too. It's like this would be not half as bad as if it was a little bit more condensed and probably catch a lot more people, but it's quite an open space this and it's really windy. It's a little bit cold, I would imagine, so not a lot of people out. Yeah, it was a really good day yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed yesterday. It's really full on. We'll have more days like that, but just not every day. It'd be great even in the other countries that we might have days like that. Don't forget, I mean, like, we're going to foreign countries, and it's going to be tough on the language, but in my experience there's nearly always one person that can speak English and maybe translate. What's that?
Just something. I said, why the hell are you in Sunderland?
Am I?
Why the hell? I mean, these
in
people in Sunderland wanted to leave because they didn't want the job. You're dealing with the biggest nest of bastards ever worked.
What it was, that
Rory Stewart.
We did Newcastle last year, and we just felt as though we should.
You're wasting your time.
Be fair and give Sunderland
Which is even worse than you.
Is it?
The biggest nest of scumbags ever.
Really?
Rory Stewart was standing there last week. I felt sorry for him.
Do you live here?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Around in London.
Right.
I was on with my daughter, one of the cleverest women in the world.
Okay.
She is.
Really?
And I used to work at the physics department and I work for NASA. That's what she wants to tell you.
That's what, right, okay.
They make heat shields for the space capsules.
Heat shields.
You've heard about them.
Well, I don't know if you said, like, there's a lot of us that don't really believe that we go up into space.
Huh?
There's a lot of us that don't believe we go up into space.
You went into space?
No, there's a lot of us that don't believe we did.
You did.
We did. How can we prove that?
I've been fishing on the Sea of Tranquility.
Have you? That's fair enough.
You cannot argue with that.
No.
I've seen spaceships.
Okay. I've seen them.
There's millions of people. I'm ex-chairman of Alcoholics Anonymous, so when you're a piss artist, you see space, you don't see anything. Off the world seeing them. New Year's Eve, 1978. I didn't make it. Shown how to make the heat shields.
Okay.
That's silicon, which is the most prominent stuff in the world.
Yeah.
Water mixed like with a paste.
Yeah.
Shaped in anything you like. Put it in a furnace.
Yeah.
At 1800 degrees centigrade and flow nitrogen gas through.
Yeah.
And I worked on approximately 24,000 different articles for the space.
Yeah.
There's 24,000 different materials made for the space race.
Oh, right, okay.
So would they make that and not go?
But you say that, I mean, like, we just watched this Felix Baumgar. He went up really high in that, and when he jumped off, I mean, like, where's his heat shielding?
Huh?
Where's his heat shielding?
He didn't need one.
You've also got the International Space Station. It travels around at 17,000 miles an hour.
He didn't
where's
need one.
Where's the heat shielding?
They were traveling a bit faster than that. They were travelling faster than that.
So,
really.
well, yeah. I mean, like when you've got these, what's it called, like these X15s and Blackbirds and that. I mean, like
They're not going fast enough.
but they're burning up in our atmosphere, and they all the metals expand and that, and all the fuel starts
They're not
pouring
going
out.
fast enough where the space capsules were.
Okay.
They're going
How can we go that fast? We haven't got an engine.
Gravity.
Gravity makes
My
us go.
daughter now is working in Latvia on. Oh, my daughter! I won't tell you that. My stupid daughter's working on.
You're not allowed to say stupid.
My stupid daughter. I can't afford to be cheeky, bastard, can I? Quasars. Quasars.
Where's who?
Quasars.
Us?
As in Australia?
Do you not know quasars are?
Say that again.
Quasars.
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 Oh, quasars. As in space, quasars.
Yeah. That's what
Okay.
my daughter's working on now after
How can we prove that they exist?
gravity.
Gravity. It answers everything. It's really. It's like the magic for everything.
But it's
Gravity.
True, it's true.
How can we prove that? You know, science can't prove it.
I've been dead and I never went to heaven, mate. I never went to heaven when I died.
You didn't. You're still here.
Still there.
All right. Well,
I never went to heaven.
that's it. I'm not. I'm just. Oh well. We'll see. It's really quiet. Look at this. Yeah, you're right. I'm an old dog. I learned some new tricks, but you're quite right. He's a little bit older. I'm not sure. I think there is like my mum. She was quite old, and you know, before she went, she was, I don't know, 6 months into kind of being on the fence, and you know, about flat Earth, and I made quite a lot of valid points, and yeah, she was basically there, but still had lots of questions that I think, but you know, at that time I wasn't still able to answer all them questions. Yeah, there's an awful lot of old people that are coming into this. They saw right through the moon landings. I think if you're open-minded, you're willing to research just a little bit. You don't even have to do it a lot. If you still believe that we landed on the moon, you're lying to yourself. That is fact, as far as I'm concerned. You're lying to yourself. You're being delusional. We didn't go to the moon. Yeah, it's very easy to say that. Well, we did. We just did, and you think you've got proof in that, but there's just do a little tiny bit of research, and you'll realise that there's too many anomalies. There's so much wrong with the moon landings. It's the biggest red herring. Your shield should go up, your alarm bell should go off, and say, look, something's wrong with this. Keep making up these excuses. Let's say, I don't know, these supposed photographs, and we can't see any stars in the background. But down here we can see lots of stars. And yet some astronauts say, oh yeah, we see plenty of stars, and then we don't see stars. And you're all you're delusional if you think that you went to the moon. You're lying to yourself. You're not being honest. You got one, sorry. Oh, we happen to be in the shade here as well, so it's a little bit on the chilly side here. Look at this, all this sun here. That's where we should be. Yeah, we've got a big high rise up there. Oh, God, that is absolutely gorgeous. What a lovely day in Sunderland. It's absolutely gorgeous, but we seem to be in the shade. Let's hand some leaflets out. Yeah. Check a leaflet there. You okay? Hard to give them out sometimes. Take a leaflet there, buddy. There you go. Look at that. I'm sure that says no cycling. Does that mean no cycling? Or watch out for bikes? I can't even remember my highway code. I've literally just done it again to pass me class 2 lorry license. Come on, someone let me know. Are you allowed to cycle here, or is that watch out for cycles or no cycling? Yeah, sometimes you when you're not doing live, you would be here all day. You would edit it all up, and you'd do about 10 hours or so over a period of 2 or 3 days, and then you'll stitch it all together, and you'll have a great 1 hour video. But when it's live like this, you get to hang around with us. And I haven't got an awful lot to say. Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe show the road with cyclists or pedestrians, but it's not really a road. This one. This is it's a market square with no traffic in this one. I know there is a van over there, but it is closed off. It's not really a road. This one. But I agree. I think it's share this space with pedestrians, cyclists, and pedestrians. It's more of a warning sign, I think.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, we already had the council over earlier on. Curious on whether or not we were going to sell something or sign people up. Well, we're not signing anyone up to anything. We just want people to question, do they live on a ball? Just question it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just question it. Then some people will take it further and they'll learn a little bit about physics and the sciences and maths. That can only be a good thing. Slow day.
Aye.
I'm actually thinking, I chuck that right in the centre. But with it's because of the bars. That's what's concerning me.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so windy, I'd just put them on the floor but they'll be blown away in a few seconds.
Got my car parked over there and he put a ticket on it.
Who?
The ticket guy.
Have you just got a ticket?
I couldn't believe it. Only 35 quid, so it's not too bad.
No.
It's worth the cause, it's worth it.
No, damn.
Because I couldn't find anywhere else to park closer.
I didn't think of closer. mine's a 10-minute walk away.
Where do you park? That's the thing I was going to ask you.
Well, see, you know, look, you know. Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah. No. We're kind of like, you know, where you got the bridge.
Yeah.
If you turn right, we're right at the end, just on the bend.
In an open car park.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Because it's me taxi, and I've got to park in a taxi rank, but the guy reckons that my taxi's not allowed there.
Right. Oh, tell us about your taxiing. Have you had conversations?
I used to, like, actually it was I think it was like last year. It was just after the tour,
So
like,
you
know.
Get excited then.
Yeah. And then I was like talking to people, and then every now and then I was getting a few awkward ones, and then I don't know. I kind of choose who I want to say it to, because there's certain people who you can tell who that'll want to talk to, and then there's other people, no.
So, and therefore you got to be careful then, because then that's business, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't really want to get like frightened customers and stuff like that.
So you're not gonna flat smack it all over your taxi. It might draw people. Can you imagine that?
I did on the other taxi though. I had like stickers everywhere, but I didn't put stickers on that one.
Well, when we get the van, you know, like once that's all flat smacked and that, when that's all flat smacked, if you can maybe think of something like that, you could just try it for I don't know, a week. Try it for a week, see how you get on.
Maybe,
it could be a novelty that people go, oh, you got to try him. He's got these weird, wacky stories.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you one good one. I had me flat earth sticker like inside the car, like because it's got the shelf just above your head.
Yeah.
So I had it on that plastic bit,
So people
and one guy seen it, and he was a Freemason. and I started talking to him, and it was getting awkward, and I just went, all right, okay, and I just forget it. Because he was like, oh, I'm gonna have to ask so and so at the Freemason. I was like, what? Oh yeah, and it was and I was like, yeah, you lie. No, but
anyway, so
I've had a few different people in there, like.
Right.
Oh, aye. But then again, you need to know who you're going to tell it to. You know, because you can tell who.
No, that's right.
You know what I mean?
Because I've approached one person at work, and it was only because he was leaving. He was leaving. You know, he had 1 week left to go. So I thought, you know, like let's tell him. You know, like I'm not sure that the rest of the work probably knows now. I don't know.
Oh, actually, I've got a taxi driver mate who is a pilot and he flies planes. He's on all of this now as well.
Wow.
Because I started speaking to him and I said, about the gyroscope and the plane and stuff like that. And he was onto the whole ball earth and all that.
Yeah.
And got him. I got him, and he was like, it is
a good one, isn't it?
And then when he started looking into it, I went, look into how you actually learn to fly a plane and the manuals and everything. It tells you that you learn on a flat, non-rotating surface.
And that's the declassified information now.
And I told him that, he said, what?
Yeah,
and he checked it out and he came back and he said,
These people who believe in the globe, they won't check out stuff like that. They think it's all about the science and the maths. And I've been saying it's a lot bigger than that.
Things.
No. Yeah.
So he's all onto that. He was going to come down to the convention with us, but he didn't have enough money and needed to work and stuff like that.
20 minutes into the stream.
Oh, really?
I'm going to ask these guys. Have I been buffering? Is my stream okay? We're just looking at Roxanne's channel. She's only on 3G. It's really bad here. We're on the same network. It's kind of strange. If you can let me know if we're buffering or if everything's okay. Yeah, well, that's strange, isn't it? Excellent, thank you.
I've tried to go live 3 more times, and every time I've taken the front,
Yeah. Oh, just seen.
Upload thumbnail and.
Perfect stream.
Well, they saw how mine ended. Mine ended with me going.
Yeah.
And I was sat right here beside you.
You don't realise you can be paranoid. You know, like you go to so many places, you see everybody else's phone's okay, and then you get your phone out, and you're buffering all the time.
I'm right here, but I've got to do a little bit of what I said I was going to try and do at 3 o'clock for you know who.
Yes, I do.
Don't want to give too much away, but.
Okay.
Is that them beeping at your cab?
No, it's not you, is it? Oh, it's a shame. Flat Earth Trav. He's just got us a £35 parking ticket. His cab's one of them up there. So good on him though. You know, like he just takes it on the chin. You know, he knows it's all for a good cause, and I feel the same. I just get on with it. You know. Yeah, it was just saying it's not kind of easy. A lot of the money that you put into this and that, you know, you just get the parking ticket. You just get on with it, don't you?
I try to be nice to the guy. Like I went up there and I look, you know, like how am I going to pay for it? How am I going to sort it out? You know, I didn't argue with him. I shouted at him or anything. Like he's only doing his job.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yeah, fair enough. My fault. I part there, but
you know the way to punish him? Don't tell him he's not living on a ball. Just leave it with him. Don't tell him.
I didn't even mention it, like, because I just knew straight away he'd look at this like I was crazy.
Yeah. And, well, that's the problem, isn't it? It's still not quite socially accepted. Still not quite there yet.
But every now and then, when I pick customers up, I do get people who mention it to me first, and I'm like, what? And then I have a good conversation with them, like they know, you know. Like I picked a couple up, or like a bunch of people up, like a little while ago, and the son was sitting in his front seat, and he was telling us all about this and that and that. And I was having a good conversation with him, and then he brought up Flat Earth, and luckily I had my Flat Earth t-shirt on at the time. I was going, hey. So yeah, I do, you know, it happens every now and then.
I mean, have you got friends? I mean, like here that are flat earthers? Do you meet people?
No, it's just
not even in Newcastle. There's one or two there, isn't there? No groups.
Well, actually, there is, but I've never gotten in touch with them. I've wanted to, but I don't know how to get in touch with them. To be honest.
Number one, just do it for a month. You just spent £35 on a ticket, yeah? Okay, so go to meetup.com, just sign up there, create yourself your little group. Just do it for a month or two. See who comes out the woodwork, and you can always shut it down afterwards.
Yeah.
But just do a meetup and see who turns up. Even if you're Billy No Mate, sat there in the pub by yourself, you know. But you'll probably find that there is going to be people around. I think I did my first flat earth meetup in Torquay.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was it was okay. It was good success. You know, it's fantastic. It's just not my thing to do it all the time. But I put it on meetup.com. I thought I'll have a go. And
did many show?
Yeah. Well, there was about 20 of us or so. It was okay.
That's not too
you know, yeah, it's fantastic. But it was and it was lovely and sunny and that, and palm trees all outside. It was just a fantastic day, night, and it was great.
Well, that time when I seen yous, I think for the first time I seen yous down.
Was St Austell, was it? No, not St Austell. It was Taunton.
Taunton. I'd just been to Cornwall.
Cornwall.
In Newquay, I think it's called. I was down there, and that's on my last day there. I travelled, and that's when I.
That was a holiday, I take it, yeah.
It was a couple of day holiday just to see a few mates who lived down there who were living here before.
Yeah, but you'd already been following us because you purposefully went to the Taunton one, didn't you? Or was it accident?
Well, it was like on my way home, so I thought, why not?
All right, okay.
You know, like I passed by, and that's when I seen you.
Yeah, I think that was day one, I think, wasn't it? Day one of the tour.
Was it?
I think it was.
I can't remember now.
Yeah, we picked up the van from Somerton in Somerset. Taunton's in Somerset, so I would imagine that was day one. Yeah.
I think it was.
And sorry, Nigel. I don't know if you're flat earth or you hate us, but yeah, we hired this camper van from Nigel is his name, and I felt really bad for him, you know, like because obviously we flat smacked it all and put stickers all over it and that. And
are you doing the same with this one?
Well, yes, we are, but I own this one, so it's different. Yeah.
I thought you just rented it.
No. I was going to, but I felt so. Oh God, long story. I felt so we didn't have quite enough money to rent one because it's like £5,000-6,000, you know, like to do that amount. So in the end, it was easier to just get finance on one and put down a couple of £1,000 deposit. It was a bit easier.
And especially where you're going to be taking it abroad.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah. I think the biggest expense was kind of putting the rest of it together, like RAC and just making sure getting a service and things, and the insurance and tax and it was already MOT'd and that. So, But it was all the little bits that, you know, get you on the road, and then you think, oh my God, it's all mountain up here. Because at first I thought I'll have a large sum in my wage back each month to put towards it, and I thought, hang on, this is all getting eaten away pretty quick, you know. But it's, I felt, you know, like it was good because once we got the van, I knew that we were committed. Then, you know, like things can happen. I felt so that we're definitely going to do the UK. Possible we could get to Amsterdam. Is it possible to do the rest? Okay, then Ranty comes up with the tour-a-thon. You know, like, which is a great idea. Well, I mean, okay. Sorry, my idea first. You know, like to have the advertising, to do the advertising, because that, you know, I can have some ideas. But yeah, to do the advertising, that was, and then the tour-a-thon, that kind of really pushed it. That was fantastic. And then, you know, like we're visibly known then, and people want the tour. I know they want the tour. I mean, like otherwise the funding wouldn't be here. You know. And then when you get days like yesterday, I mean, even the Globe believers, you know, you trolls and all that are out there, you should be, paying for the GoFundMe because surely that you want the tour as well. You know, that you can't troll us without all of this. You know, you should be, go on, put your hand in your pockets and...
what would they have to do? They'd have too much time on their hands, they wouldn't know what to do. That's what it is.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure that they'll enjoy it as well when we get to different countries and that. Yeah.
What's it going to be like, you know, when you get to another country and with a language?
Yeah,
you know, like what's going to happen with that? You know.
The thing is, I mean, I don't know have you been abroad?
Oh, a couple of times, like years ago.
And you do struggle occasionally.
Yeah.
But you fumble your way through it.
Kind of like just by body language and how like hindstands and you know like
yeah. You get through it, and it doesn't faze me for a second. I'm sure there's going to be the odd occasion.
Well, actually, saying that, in most countries now, you'll find a lot of people speaking English.
That's right. You do have your Google Translator as well.
Yes.
You can use that if you're really stuck and you want to get something across a point. I actually started, when I announced that I'd be doing the tour, I started learning French. And then what happened was I kind of felt as though, is this really worth actually doing that and spending my time doing that? Because, you know, like we've still got all the other countries, you know, like, so it might be just in one country, learn one language, then what? You know, like, and so I just thought, oh, hang on, let's just look at the translators. And no, it doesn't faze me. I imagine people that are coming out, even in them countries, to maybe meet up with the tour, that hopefully they can speak English as well. So no, it doesn't. We'll get through it. Yeah. So anyway, I'll give you a little rundown on what's happening with the new banner. I say the new banner just says Globe Lie now. It does, and then you've got David Wise's app on the new banner. So it's kind of the same banner, but I've removed 200 proofs from it. No to disrespect for Eric DeBay. It's just purely that, well, I need room to put my new information on, that's all. So yeah, it will still say, oh God, it still says that you are being lied to, but it's got on the Globe Lies, that's all it has, and the new app. Give you a little rundown of what's happening with these these stickers. So the leaflets arrived. Okay, so we're using the new leaflets. Okay, again the same sort of leaflets, just research Globe Lie and the FE app on there. Now the banners have arrived. They're at my home address. Now the leaflets, the stickers, they went missing, and then I asked for a tracking number, so I was given the tracking number. Now I live at number 2, whatever, in Malden, Devon, okay? That's number 2. Now our houses, we don't have odds and evens, we just have a row of houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it goes up to about 12. Now on the tracking number, when they deliver, they're kind of geo-tagged whoever signed, and it was geo-tagged to number 7. Now I live at number 2. Now it's been signed by Jason Disbury. except for I'm not in Devon, so it wasn't me, and it's not my signature. It's not even close to looking at my signature. So the next step now is I've been speaking to Parcel Force, who do the delivery firm. I've been speaking to them, and they are interviewing the driver. And I just don't know how long all this is going to take. They said approximately between 12 hours and 72 hours. Oh, it's just bloody nonsense. So we spent all this money. The leaflet, the stickers come to approximately about £500. The stickers were. Bloody annoying. We just don't know what to do yet. You know, like whether to because they will be insured, but the insurance, by the time that kicks in, we'll probably have the bloody tour finished. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what to do yet. We're just waiting for information from the driver. So I'm meant to be phoning up today. Hopefully they've got some good news for me and they can tell me exactly where they've given them, and we can start knocking on doors again. We'll see. That's the rundown on these stickers. What will happen is that if we do get hold of them, we'll get them couried up maybe to Scotland, and we'll pick them up at Scotland, because we're getting too far up north now, and to start travelling all the way back down to Devon to collect them, it just seems a bit silly now. So we've got a location in Scotland that they can be delivered to. Hopefully we'll find them. Bummer.
Yeah, I did say something. But then they arrived at number 7 or something like that. Oh, nice.
Honestly, if people knew the troubles that we've gone to that have happened, you know, you think, why are you bothering with this tour? You know, like, oh, just honestly, everything is just.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's say hello to a few people. I'll try and move this.
Well, I've noticed when watching, sound quality is really quiet.
Yeah, it comes down. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm just. Sorry, guys. Just trying to. Can you hold that for a second? Yeah, he's a bad reception. Yeah, we know that. Funny you should say that. So that way. Sorry guys, I'm not sure if you can hear me. I just get an okay that you can hear me okay. I've just reversed my mic round. Excellent, good. Right, so let's see. I'm just having a quick look and see who's good. Hello Lumberjack. Hi Ricardo. Hi Stuart. Tapper 777. I'll even say hello to all you trolls as well, if you know, because sometimes there's a few names here I don't know. Let's see. Let's have a little look and see who's here. Hiya Doc, Michael. Brilliant. Hi, I think we said Lumberjack. Flat Earth, Flat Plain, Oregon. What shape is the world? And then we've got Jin. Hiya Jin. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Just having a quick look at the chat. Who else we got? Oh, we've got a few people there. Must it being removed? Well done, Ricardo. Ricardo's there. Well done. Yeah, let's do it. Apparently it was me that signed for it. That's the problem, except for it wasn't me. Let's have a little look. Ricardo. Hiya, Karen. Karen B's with us. Hiya. Toe. Hello. Yeah, there's a few names here. I'm sure Roxanne's probably seen most of you. And so we got Voyage Horizontal. We've got Luke. God, some of these names are hard. Lucas. We'll just leave it at that. Fly plane. Hi, David Scriven. Yeah, we need 5G. You're quite right. Yeah, we do need 5G, or rather Roxanne does. Good times for all. Hi. That's great, isn't it? No, and we got Mr. John Thor himself. That's good. Yeah, it'd be nice if you can join us at some point, John. Kind of, we've had some really good times in the past, and you kind of miss you on tours like this, and Harry, and I need to get all the crew back. I tell you what I miss as well. I miss terrible. Like when we had like Victoria, and Tom and Stuart and Zanny, and I really do miss the whole gang, the whole crew. You kind of meet people along this journey, and we've been out there on the streets. We've had some great times, fantastic times, and I remember the very first time that we all got together. It was in Trafalgar Square, and I think, oh God, there was approximately about 15 of us or something. I think it was about 15 of us. And we all went over to Ruben's house, and we stayed in his lounge, and there was bodies everywhere. But we did this Trafalgar Square, and I think we were all a little bit unsure. None of us had done anything like this before, but we got my banners out, and it was the first time ever. And it's late at night. It's in the winter, and it was just phenomenal. It was just so fantastic, and it was like comrades in action, and like it was special. It was so special. I feel choked just thinking about it. It was just fantastic. It was. It's really important to reach out to other flat earthers, globe deniers. It's really important. It's a tough journey, this. You get your family ridiculing you sometimes. Not harshly. Some people do. I've heard of some families breaking up. It's a tough one. It's not easy being out in the street. I'd have to say that 90% of it is all positive. You can actually talk to people. It's not that bad. We talk to people, but some of it, you're getting hurdled quite. A bit of abuse. You don't need it. There's better things that I'd like to be doing with my time. This is my holiday. To be here and devote my entire couple of weeks, doing this. I've got the camper van there. I'd rather just go out and do something else. But this is important. There's people out there that they all think that they live on a ball. They need to be shown that they're not living on a ball. Not convinced. They need to be led. And again, like I'm saying, that I implore you, if you've not met anyone else or don't meet many people, get yourself over to the UK convention. Get yourself over there. I think it's the 13th, 14th and 15th. Get yourself over there. And we've got the Amsterdam convention as well. Get yourself over to that one. Get out there and meet some people. You're probably not going to learn much. You probably won't learn much. You probably have already learned what it is that they're about to offer. But when you start meeting, we say like-minded people because there isn't a better bunch. Like you're almost speaking to your twin. Like when you're on the same page, it's it's special. Like the conversations are magical. Like when you all get together, you're all singing off the same hymn sheet. Let's have a look. Is that what you think? Oh God, this is going to get difficult now. I just realised. Oops, hang on. I just realised that they're starting to kick out of school. There's a couple of school lads there coming there, so I imagine time's getting on. The kids, they scare me. God. Right. Let's get this microphone on the other side because.
You're talking about the things that I'm talking about. No, I'm just saying she doesn't move. She's saying it doesn't move, so what's underneath? We've got all this stuff on the top, so what's underneath here?
I'd like to know that as well, but it's a really good question. I would like to know what's underneath, but all we really know is that in Russia, as far as I know, they dug 8 mines underground, and that's as far as they could get. And they got.
No, I'm not on about in the middle of the earth. I'm on about on the side of the earth. You're saying we're flat and we're still. So what's on the underside of the flatness?
We don't know.
Underneath.
Space is infinite. We accept that. We readily accept that.
No, I'm on about what is underneath the earth as itself, not the space around it.
Could it go on for infinite?
Then it's not flat.
Yeah, but if
then
you
it'll
go
be a
down
cone
the
shape
physics,
if it goes down. If it goes down and you go on an infinite, then it's going flat. It's not flat, it's flat on the top, so then it'll be a cone shape or it'll be going straight down.
With no evidence. What we're saying is that with no evidence.
I don't know.
Basically, we don't try to, excuse my French, bullshit people. That we don't know. So we haven't got a clue what's underneath. But we don't know even on a globe. We're told that there's this molten iron, what's it, core in the middle. We've got no evidence of that.
yes, you have.
How?
The Earth's magnetic field, the atmosphere, gravity, physics. That's
I know.
the scientific.
I speak to these people all the time. But look, I don't know if you've ever taken a magnet and you melt it. It loses all its properties of being a magnet.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the iron core.
So where do we get where do we get our gravity from then? If we're still, how do we have tidal tides if we're not moving?
So from the moon.
Right, okay.
But we're not moving.
Yeah, but the moon's revolving around us. See, you could
No, the sun's revolving around us. We are not revolving around the sun. The sun's revolving around us.
Yeah. I find this. I find it really strange because the moon is meant to be tidal locked to us. Okay. So, but we have all our biggest tides are all here in the north. Okay. But on the equator, let's say the Maldives, for instance, right on the equator, that's where the moon is kind of like going around, mostly on the equator. The tide only moves about so far, like maybe an inch, and it should be like 30, 40, 50 feet. Well, we have over here in the north. The moon cannot be, part of the tides. It cannot be. As I say, I don't know if you've ever seen that, the diagram.
No,
you know when the moon comes round, and it's meant to, like an egg shape of water meant to be drawing all this water here. The tide should be on the equator.
But our sun is
93 million miles away.
And we move around the sun.
67,000 miles per hour.
But she's just said that the sun moves around us, only us.
Yeah.
Because I said we can't just move around us. Because we've looked through telescopes and looked and proven that there's other planets out there.
Oh, we can see other planets.
Right. Okay. So we've proved that it moves around with the planets.
We're not a planet.
That's the magnetic poles.
But we're not a planet.
And if it was flat, we would not have a magnetic pole because if you get a ball,
same way.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And you couldn't, if the Earth was flat.
Okay. I mean, we're not claiming that it is flat, to be honest. We're actually saying that we want proof that we live.
Oh, right. Okay.
We want
But
proof.
it's never been.
It's observable.
Yeah.
They've never said it's a ball though.
But they say it's not blessed, don't they?
It's more of like a
That's what
rugby
they say.
shaped, yeah.
But do you think we should demand proof? We want evidence.
Well, that's like demanding proof of Hollow Earth. That's like demanding proof of God. That's demanding proof of aliens.
But
Like,
if-
are you ever going to find that out?
I know, but if science is making these big, huge claims, you know, that
But
we
they
do.
didn't. But they didn't because they did say that the Earth was flat.
Yeah,
A long time
that's right.
ago.
But
Yeah.
science
And then
today.
but then I'm saying, so we
And
said
then
the Earth was flat, then
proved that
science
it
proved that
was
it wasn't. But then
Yeah.
they're saying that how they proved that it is.
But now we have these photographs from NASA, and they're saying that, well, these are photographs, okay? But they're not photographs of Earth. All of these photographs are composite images. It says so quite clearly on the small print on NASA website. The picture, all stuck together around the sphere, and then they put the layering and all the other cloud formations. And if you look carefully on some of the pictures, some of the supposed photographs, you'll see like a clone tool being used, and different clouds, the same clouds being used. Why are they lying so much? All this fakery.
That's not so much a lie. That could be just it's just for a sense. Do you know what I mean? It's like
on all the photographs. I mean, like there's meant to be like supposed photographs. You know, like when they went to the moon, for instance, they took pictures of the Earth. Okay, so you can see see a famous picture. The astronauts here on Earth. You take the picture, you can see you can see all the land and all that. And then you can also see Earth in the background and all and that. We changed around with the histograms, you know, like Photoshop and all that. You could see that it was just put in, pasted afterwards. Okay, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're seeing all this land, now you were talking about the moon before. It's meant to be tied or locked. It's locked to us. We only see one face of the moon. But that moon
rotate around the sun.
Okay, so, but when we see that moon, all the Apollo astronauts, they're kind of landed right on the face of the moon. Okay, so to them, their perspective, when they took a picture of Earth, well, Earth was above their head.
Yeah.
So how can you? If I go like that, and I'm taking a picture of, let's say, Earth, it's up there.
Yeah.
How can I? Get the land in the picture? Now you've seen that picture, Earthrise.
Yeah.
But Earth is meant to be there.
That's one
It's above their
in the
head.
60s.
Well, that's what we're saying. We're just saying, you know, why are they doing so much lying about the shape of Earth? We're asking for evidence.
But why did they do it? What are you asking for evidence of aliens? Other planets? Other things?
That's the thing.
And if we're not a planet, what are we then?
And that's the thing. Our education. I mean, you could probably picture in your head what Neptune looks like, what Pluto looks like. You can probably picture these planets. We've never had a photograph of these planets ever. All we've got is artistic renditions and put in our textbooks. We know what they look like.
But they have been looked at through telescopes and stuff. I have
What,
seen,
like Pluto?
I have seen documentaries and stuff. Pluto, no, because it's not.
Have they got
it's
the
nice
Hubble Space
giant.
Telescope?
It's too
The Hubble Space Telescope, they've also
too
found
far
another one
away.
outside of our outside of our
See,
solar system.
Well, we don't believe that. Let's say if I throw in all the stars, for instance, we don't believe that they're 93. Trillion miles away. When I say we, I should say me. I've been told off for this before, you know, like because we're not. We don't go to the Globe Denier Flat Earth school a lot, you know, like, and we're all on the same, you know, like we're all on our own individual journeys. I must say that.
Do you think that they're just specks of light? Do you think they're angels?
Luminaries, that's what they are. I mean, you've heard the term wandering stars and that, you know, that's not to the way you think. I think that, if there is some form of the alien, maybe from distant lands, I don't believe that aliens in outer space and stuff. And I don't believe little green men.
Well, no, put it this way.
But let's be open-minded. I don't know. I'll have to say I'm agnostic to it.
Instead of aliens,
into space, but
you believe in life.
You don't think that they could be more advanced than us to come here?
I'll have to say.
You're changing the whole subject.
No, I'm just asking.
No, but I'll have to just remain agnostic. I'll have to be open-minded because of all the things in the world that I don't know. Well, I don't know, but you know, I can't know either way. I know it's not an answer, but it's better than bullshitting you.
No, I get that. Yeah, it's just everything's theoretical.
Okay, but there is.
We have theoretical.
I'll tell you why one of the biggest reasons why that we're not on a ball. Okay, this is
So
my.
we're not spinning, we're not on a ball, we're not a planet.
Okay, so this is my
And
reason.
the sun goes round us, not
Mathematical formula for the curvature drop of the Earth. Okay. Okay. So this is the formula is. It's very based on Pythagoras theorem. Okay, and it says for every mile, 8 inches per mile squared, there's meant to be this drop. Okay, so when you see land 65 miles away, and you can see land, and that was meant the highest peak was 2,000 feet, but 2,500 feet, based on that formula, is meant to be missing. And then this is Dover to Calais. That is just under 25 miles, but you're not meant to see the White Cliffs of Dover based on that maths. Now, I've been all over the country and I've been speaking to.
It's only 3 mile though.
Which is 3 mile?
From where you're standing to the horizon.
That's what we're taught, okay? But can we actually see the White Cliffs of Dover? And the answer is yes. If you stand, this is Calais, stood on the beach, looking over, you can see the White Cliffs over there, and then zoomed in a bit more, you can see the White Cliffs, and then they're only 350 feet high, them White Cliffs. So 300 feet is meant to be over the horizon, but you can see all of it in its entirety. This here is the longest distance photograph, 273 miles. 3 miles should be hidden, and yet you can see all that land in the distance. If I had a...
It doesn't look like it's that far away.
Well, it's 273 miles away. It's
yeah,
but if
it
you,
doesn't
yeah, that's right. It doesn't. But if you go online, you can actually check that out. Just put in longest distance photograph and you find it. If I had an Argos catalogue of land that you should be able to see, I can fill it up.
Yeah.
There's tons of it, and there is a mathematical formula. I wanted to test this for myself because people on YouTube and that they're making these claims and that. So 3 years ago, I believed exactly to the letter to what you believed in, and
I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying that's why
test
I
it.
thought, and we were looking at you're looking at like the science.
Okay. Well, we're talking about. He was talking about gravity before and all that.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that there's no proof to gravity. We have an observation of things falling.
Theory.
We
Because we can never turn around and say, well, this is what's in the middle of the earth, because none of us know what's in the middle.
Right.
Of course we don't. It's all theory.
That's right. Okay. So, but I think that there should be proof to this. When we talk about gravity, I asked them, which gravity do you subscribe to? It was superseded by Albert Einstein's the bending of time and space, the theory of relativity. So I asked, but that was just a mathematical concept. It was more than theory. It was just maths.
I mean, I have heard of this before. Don't get us wrong. I have spoken because there's a few people who I know who believe this.
Yeah.
And I've heard the same of them. Do you know what I mean? I do find it interesting because I don't just 100% believe what I'm taught. I'm not someone who's like religious or nothing like that. I don't believe in that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just personal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I am interested in I'd like to know what we are, where we are.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot that we're not going to answer, because
of course,
I tell everyone, if you don't know, don't say, don't bullshit people, you just don't know.
Yeah. And if you're not, I suppose if you're like, you could be the top scientist ever and you're never going to know.
No.
Because you can't get down the middle of the earth.
Yeah. Did she give you a leaflet?
Yes, my husband's got one, yes.
It's got a couple of websites and some great videos and that.
Thank you, thank you for answering my question.
Bye. Oh, it was okay. That was about my first chat to someone. It's been really slow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, she's interested and they'll check it out further, and I think they will. And that's what it's all about. It's debunk it yourself. Go and debunk it, and whether you remain a glober or not, you'll certainly learn a bit more about some sciences and that. God, this has to be one of the coldest places. I'm walking around in a sleeveless shirt. I do have a jumper there, but I'm being too lazy. Here's the sun. yeah, I don't think we're going to stay here much longer today. It's going to be a bit of a short day. We might have an early day and get ourselves over to Carlisle, start a bit earlier maybe, and yeah, seems a bit on the quiet side here today. Thank you for all joining me. I'm sorry it's not as exciting and thrilling as it was yesterday. But definitely, I mean, like, watch that video again yesterday's. There's a lot to be learnt from that. And you glow believers that are pretty educated in your physics and your maths and that, I think you should debate what that was all about yesterday. Maybe we can learn a bit more, or not. Maybe you can be open-minded and be honest with yourself. If Anthony's got a point, stop trolling and be honest with yourself. Tell him he's got a point. Okay, he wins that one. Move on. You know, let's. There's no need for all this deceit. That's what I see it as, deceit.
I'll have to shoot off soon. Yeah. 25 to 4.
We've done it for a while, isn't it?
Where did I look, Sandy?
Are you working tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, back shift. 4 till about 11ish, something like that.
Well, that's really good of you to it's a shame fantastic day here at Sunderland.
It's been alright. I've had a few little good conversations.
Have you? There you go. That's because you're local.
Yeah, it does help when I can know who I'm talking to, and because if you look at certain people, you know that they just don't want to talk to you.
Right.
You know, like, I can kind of tell that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I hope.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's Carlisle tomorrow, and I'm hoping that's gonna. I'm hoping that. I mean, because this is a big open space, but there isn't enough footfall. If it was a small space and this amount of people, it'd be really good. You know. And I think it doesn't help us not having the banners set up. That, you know, it's a bit windy here. It's a bit.
Down my area in South Shields, you would have gotten bigger crowds.
Would we have?
Yeah, there's more people down there.
That's the UK tour number 3. Watch the space. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, we won't do anything as grand as you know. If we do something next year, it won't be as grand as Europe, and I don't know. It could be America.
Well, actually, there's loads of people in America who are doing similar to this.
There is. That's what I'm saying. Look, we get them all on the bus together. You know, if we hire a really big bus and get everyone together, that would be really interesting. That would be a sight to see. You know, I think the thing is not to worry so much if we're not all on the same page. Everybody's ahead of each other, or you know, not so ahead.
Everyone's on different stages.
That's the problem.
That's
isn't
what
it?
I've found out.
Yeah.
Like all the people that I watch, you'll get them talking about this. Someone's talking about that, and to me, my experience of all of this, I just take everything in and kind of make it my own.
Yes.
You know, I don't stick to one person or one idea, one thing. I take it all in, and I put it. You know, like I put it in my head, and you know, like as my own.
That's it.
You know?
That's right, and that's what I keep telling people. Yeah. You're on your journey. It's your journey.
Everyone
has
like
their
own.
You can be an individual. Go on.
If there's no such thing as space, where are we?
We're on a flat level, non-rotating Earth.
But like where?
On Earth. That's
No,
it.
but-
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, like there's nothing outside, or
we are the centre of the universe. What makes you think
there's an outside?
What's the universe if there's no space? I'm curious.
The universe is where we are right now. It's all of this basically.
No.
I'll move it on me. Okay, there you go. I'll put it on me, but the microphone's on you.
Yeah,
but
that's fine.
on me.
Right. No, like what? You know, actually, here's a good one. What makes you think, you know, space?
No. Like I'm genuinely curious where like it would work. Like because if there's nothing outside, but this is it, but there's nothing outside.
Well,
What it is, we want proof. We don't want to.
Three.
No,
still come in.
But we're demanding proof. We're demanding evidence. Look, space is meant to be ever expanding, and it's meant to be infinite of space, and it just goes on forever and ever and ever. We're saying, where is that proof? We're demanding the evidence. Good stories, great stories, but no actual proof. Now, if we're saying that, okay, Earth, we might be in an enclosed space, that might be all it is. It might be infinite going down, it might be infinite going out. We just don't know. So I'd rather, we're almost like on the same page saying, let's not, let's not bullshit you. And let's keep it at that. We'll tell you what we know so far, and then leave it at that.
No, it was just I was trying to figure out what it was from outside. And then second one, it's magnets, yeah, for like keeping things on.
Where?
As in,
like
you stood there right now.
Yeah. So instead of gravity.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Go on, I'll let you answer if you know what you want me to answer.
No. Well, this is kind of my like version of it is.
Because we're all individuals. We didn't go to the same flat Earth school.
Yeah, no. We're just we've all got our own thing. But my take on that is with gravity, everything's being pulled down. Is it? I can't even think about it because it's.
This is his first day out actually talking to the public. Right. So.
No. It's like this is something I don't really bring up, but magnets, right?
Oh, well, it's just is that what you were thinking it was? Is that it's magnets?
Well, no. There's many people who have came across this before. Like a compass always points north, doesn't it? So you've got your North Pole in the middle, and people say that there's a kind of like electromagnetic field that comes out of it, and things like that, and that's how the magnet is attracted to it. And then you've got gravity, which is saying there's a force from wherever, but nobody can literally find it or show it or do anything with it. Yeah, I can drop something, it's going to drop, but that's just to do with weight and just anything that is heavier than the air. And then magnets. I don't know exactly how magnets work, but I can tell you, that. I don't know, what's your take on magnets?
Well, it's I've got the general form of magnet. I'm just curious how it would work in this sense. Yeah. And then no space, but might be infinitely down or that way. Okay, so there is an edge?
That's the thing. As I say, we don't know.
Well, what makes you assume there's an edge?
No, I'm asking, do you think there's an edge?
Programmed. I think that we have this program response, media, indoctrination, all that. I've actually seen pictures of galleon ships falling over the edge, of a flat Earth. Because once upon a time, everybody believed in a flat Earth. That's what we're told by the education, and then we've seen paintings to that effect.
So you've seen pictures of galleons
going over the edge. No, I don't believe that for a second. It makes so much more sense. That water has to be contained. Like water in a bath.
Oh,
water
so there is no edge.
Right. Okay. But we do have an Antarctic treaty to stop us from actually going down south. As in civilians going down there, military personnel, scientists, they go down to the Antarctica, the South Pole. But I know I can't, so I kind of think maybe there's a bit of control there that prevents me from checking if there is an edge or not.
I'll go back to it, but thank you.
All right. Is he from in here?
I don't know. I was talking to her earlier, and she was the one that was quizzing us on everything.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't quite ready for.
I don't know everything about.
You're not. And the thing is, what happens is that you just got put on the spot, literally for that one.
Find everything at us.
That'll never happen to you again because you're going to learn from that.
Oh yeah.
It'll never happen. I've been caught on the spot. These guys have seen it. I've been caught on the spot so many times, and you think, got no answer. The thing is, you have to say, look, if you don't know something, don't bullshit them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
tell people all the time, I don't know what everything is about it. I just know that it's not,
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I actually accept that there is ice walls down there, Antarctica. I accept that there's shorelines, beaches. But yeah, I'm happy that water has to be contained.
Well, that is, you know, that is what it is. You know, water can't, you know, float around here or there or whatever, or, you know, it has to have something to sit in, something to be around it, which is a container, as you said.
I think we're going to call it a day. I'm running out of battery. Am I running out of battery? Let's have a little look. Yeah, I'm running out of battery. But that's okay. It'll go when it'll go. Guys, it's getting a bit chilly here now. Look at this. I wonder if we can get in on this. I might lose my stream.
I guess it's just due to perspective. Like, because, you know, if Australia is like however many thousand miles
We'll leave her to that. I'm about to. Sorry guys, I'm down to about 3 or 4% on my stream. Battery, phone. I think we lost Roxanne. Not sure where she's gone. I'll have to find her in a second. I'm going to start packing up. We're going to head over to Carlisle tonight. Oh, hang on. We've actually got our washing in the laundrette. I'll tell you what you can do. You could. Are you going to work right now? I was going to say. I mean, I can give you your first fare, take it to the laundrette, and then take her back there, and I'll meet you there, and I will be your first fare. Not a give me. You're not allowed to do it for free. You know, like, but you can be your first fare. Yeah. Will you do that for us?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. So yeah, all it is actually, she's been to the laundrette, and if you can get her back there, and then take her to the camper van and...
Where is it?
I don't know. I do. When you get to the bridge, to the bridge, okay, and then you do a left turn, there's a roundabout there at the bridge. You do a left turn, you actually hit another roundabout. If you go over that roundabout, you do a kind of like a diagonal turn. And there's a laundrette.
Is this going back over the bridge?
No, you don't go over the bridge.
Right.
So where you?
Yeah, right. I know where you mean. It's a bigger roundabout.
Yeah.
A huge one.
So that's by the bridge there, yeah. Right. And then what you do, you'll do a left turn from that bridge, okay, and then you go along that road. So I think it's coming down there. You'll hit because that bridge is over there, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So then you'll do a left turn, probably around here somewhere, and then you'll hit another roundabout. You'll go over that roundabout.
The one with traffic lights on it?
I haven't seen it. She went. I seen it on Google Maps. And then you'll do kind of like a diagonally turn, and there's a laundrette down there.
I think I've got a rough idea.
But she knows it. She went.
That's all right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. If you do that, and then I'll meet you all at there. What's the name? So right, I'm just sorting out my laundry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, I've got underpants that need cleaning. So, that's another day over. Not a fantastic day, I'm afraid, but it's one or two conversations. Bloody hell, it's just been me talking, isn't it, most of the day? I haven't got a lot to say. I'll meet you guys in Carlisle tomorrow. Should be about the same time, 1 o'clock UK time. We're going to have some slow days. We're going to have some extremely busy days. We're going to have some wet and windy days, and we're going to have some really nice and good and dry and sunny days. So, we'll see you soon. Look at this. People are turning up now. It's just typical, isn't it? I've probably got about 2% of battery left. I'm going to pack in, and then people turn up. You just can't win. So I'm going to put my phone. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'll put my phone down and then speak to this gentleman here. Well, I think he's already having a go. Catch you soon, guys.
I did. Yeah. So I tried to debunk it.